Hi, my name is Rick Sanchez. I'm with a company called Tractor Tip, and what we have for sale here today is a K621E wheel loader. The serial number of this unit is, you can come in a little closer. The full serial number is N7F20268, and we're going to leave that last digit blank. We're going to talk a little bit about the mechanics of this particular machine in the first clip, the operating specs in the second, we'll run it in the third. Price on a new machine like this these days is, I don't know, 150 to 165,000, depending on how you have it equipped and whatnot. The hours on this machine are currently 3,836 hours on a working hour meter. As far as manufacturers go, Case is one of the top manufacturers out there. They have a solid reputation for building reliable equipment. The weight of this particular machine is 27,500 pounds. The widest point, if you were to take off this bucket for shipping purposes, is these tires right here at 8 foot 3 inches. With the bucket, you probably don't need to take the bucket off, at least here in Texas. It's 8 foot 5 inches is the width with the bucket. Tallest point is the top of that cab at 11.5 feet. Transportation length from the front of that cutting edge to the rear of that counterweight is 24.5 feet. Comparable machines are like a Cat 930. This machine's probably between like a Komatsu W8 250 and a W8 320. Probably a little bit bigger than a 624E John Deere, or smaller than a 644E. It's kind of in between. Comparable machines are like a Cat 930. I'm sorry. As far as the history of this unit goes, this machine, like almost all the machines we purchase, is an original owner Dallas, Texas machine with absolutely no rust. We're far enough south and 300 miles from the ocean, so the only salt we see is the salt on our kitchen tables. This unit comes from a large, well-organized contractor. It had a comprehensive maintenance program. It rivals some of the best I've seen. We, as well as all of our customers, have been happy with the machines we've purchased from these guys, and it should be said that before I purchase any machine, I have my mechanics go out and inspect it, and if the money's right, then I go out and I inspect it before I write a check. As far as options go, this machine has an enclosed cab, as you can see. All the glass is in it. AC works. It's got a, you can see right up there, that little switch right there is a remote transmission control switch. So you can shift it in forward and reverse from that switch. You can also shift it in forward and reverse from this shifter on the lever. It's got a ice cold AC that works. Heater works. It's got a battery disconnect somewhere. I'm just not quite sure where it's at. Oh, here it is. That's your battery disconnect. It's also got a an electric over hydraulic deal to raise and lower your hood. Oh, it's got a 12-volt outlet in the cab too, which will come in handy. As far as this engine goes, this engine is a it's a Tier 3 667 TA Case engine. It's 146 net horsepower, 156 gross. This machine's got a 65-gallon fuel tank, which will run you 12 to as many as 16 hours of operation, depending on your application. All of the fluid levels on this unit are where they should be. Oh, here's another option right here, is you got remote servicing, you know, for draining hydraulic engine, whatever. oils. You can do them for these ports right here. Can you show them that? So all the fluid levels on this machine are where they should be. It's mechanically sound. Everything on it works. The transmission runs through all the gears without hesitation, in forward and reverse. It's a 4-speed transmission, forward and reverse. When we run this machine, we're going to have a little bit of trouble because you can't really see that right there, but we had some guys drop some dirt right there, and that is really uneven. It's extremely bumpy. You probably can't tell from the video, but we're going to try to get it up to a good speed anyway. As far as top speed goes, this machine goes 24 hours in forward, and I think like 15 in reverse or something like that. Like all loaders, this machine is inherently 4-wheel drive. The tires are about 75%. They're L3 tires, which is a really good tire. It's a radial tire. They're 20.5 25s. 20.5 R25s. Pretty good tires. There's no cuts on them. As far as tread depth, they all match. As far as things that are wrong with this machine, this machine, as you can tell from the inside, was painted green. It was painted green originally from the factory. The folks that we bought it from painted it back case, you know, power tan, what Case calls a power tan, which I guess is okay, but you can tell that in some places that you can tell that it was painted green at some point. You can tell from insides here. It's not a big deal, but you know, especially if you're not out for a beauty contest and you're not out to look any races or win any races or the beauty contest, this machine is just fine. I think one of these turn signals is out also, but it's got all the glass in it. It's got all the lights work except one of these turn signals. And think of anything else, Tank? This machine, this is a part of the video where I usually talk about everything that's wrong with the machine, but there's really nothing wrong with this machine. It's in really good shape. See, you can see on the inside here where it was painted green. Again, not a big deal, but should be said. This cutting edge here is probably about 95%. It's never been turned. The hydraulics on this machine are strong. There's no cracks or welds anywhere in the work equipment. There's never been any cracks or welds on the work equipment. All of these pins and these bushings are relatively tight in the work equipment. That articulation joint for these two king pins shows absolutely no play in it. There's no deflection or play. As far as this loader bucket goes, again, the width of this bucket from the outside of this cutting edge to the outside of the other cutting edge is 8 foot 5 inches wide. It's 4 foot 3 inches tall, and it's 3 foot 3 inches deep. I would wager that this bucket is probably about a 2 3/4 yard tank. What do you say? About 2 3/4 yard bucket.
Yes.
Okay, talk about the hinge pin right there. Maximum hinge pin height is 12.5 feet, like if you were loading into a dumpster. Oh, it says 2.3 cubic yards right there. That's probably a struck measurement. So if it was heaped, it's probably, you could probably carry 2 and 3/4 yards, 2.5 to 2 3/4 yards. As far as the loader breakout force and the static tip load of this loader, the lifting capacity on this loader is limited by the static tip load, which simply stated is that the hydraulics of this machine will give out. They're so powerful that the hydraulics or the weight of the machine will tip the machine forward before the hydraulics give out. So the lifting capacity is limited to the weight of the machine from this fulcrum back. So in this case, it's 23,376 pounds, which, you know, a safe operating capacity would probably be 15,000 pounds or so. Is that about it, Tank?
Yes.
Okay, we're gonna run it in the next clip. Okay, so this is the inside of your cab. This is your forward and reverse shift lever. This is your gears, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Here's your brake right here. Turn your steering wheel, I mean. This toggles you through the different modules in this monitor. This switch right here is your forward and reverse transmission control on your joystick. This operates your loader. This button right here will turn off the functionability of this button, of this forward and reverse remote transmission switch. This is automatic. This is a diff lock. These are your work lamps here. This actually will reverse your fan. So that's one of the options, I guess, that I forgot to mention, was that it's a hydraulic reversible fan. So you can blow your fan, you can blow your radiator out. You know, this is your turning, your wiper blades, this is a detent button. In other words, it'll stop your loader from going up to a certain point. Like if you're working under power lines or whatnot. And I believe this one is a ride control, or it could be a, I'm not 100% positive on that, but this might be a float button for your bucket. And then this one might be a ride control. Here's your AC. There's a little reading lamp right there. Nice little spot there to. There's a little vent right there, so if you want to put your sandwich or whatever, you can keep it nice and cool. Probably cooler than the rest of the cab. There's another little compartment right there. Cup holders, can't forget the cup holders. So I'm going to go ahead and start this machine. There's your work lamps. Now this button right here will, there's no warning, or there's no error codes at all in this system. So there's just the engine information. I really don't know how to operate this, so I'm not gonna. AC blows nice and cold. That is nice and cold. Heater works as well. It's about 90 degrees here in Dallas today. It's nice. I guess another thing that's wrong is that it does not have a radio. So we're gonna go ahead and run it in the next clip.